up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video I will be doing something more natural, more simple, and it will be focusing more like in the skin, how to do like perfect skin. I know nothing's perfect, but how to do almost perfect skin. So here I already did on my eyebrows, so I just didn't want to keep the video super long, so just did it out of camera. And I will be using the Too Faced chocolate gold metallic eyeshadow palette. So for my eyeshadow, so if you guys would like to know, but I will be focusing, like I said in the beginning, sorry for my jumping in it, so I will be focusing more in the skin. So if you guys would like to see how I like to apply my foundation and prepare my skin, keep watching. So here I'm just adding my moisturizer plus primer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it all over my face. So now I'm gonna go with the Laura Geller illuminating drops, and this is in the shade Ballerina. And this comes like in a bottle like this, and I just like to shake it to mix really well. So I'm gonna start by putting little drops in my cheeks, just like that, both of my cheeks. And then with a brush, I'm gonna go ahead and start blending little by little, like patting it very gently, because we don't want to remove it, we want to put it on. So just like that, very glowy, nice and glowy. And then we're gonna go ahead and do both cheeks and the tip of our nose. So just like that, and then just continue blending. And it's okay if it gets on the way of your, like under your eye bags or skin, because we're still gonna add the foundation. We just want glowy skin. That's the reason why we're doing the illuminating drops. So just like that, and I like to pat it a little bit with my fingers. So now I'm gonna pick up a concealer, and I'm gonna start adding it in my eye bags. And I've been having baggy eyes since I was a kid. I don't know, it's just the way I am. Then a little bit in my nose and all my imperfections from my face. And then I like to add a little bit like in the forehead, just like that. And I like to spray my brush with some setting spray, just so it could stay. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending. And I started blending like in the eye bags or dark circles. Then I started doing by the chin or all my imperfections, my other dark circle, just like that. And I like to put the excess from the dark circles once I blend that, like on top of my eyelids, just so the eyeshadow that we're gonna apply could stick to it. Then I like to do my nose and my forehead. And this time I'm doing my preparation for my face before my eyeshadow, just because the eyeshadow look for today's will be something more like neutral tones, like browns and stuff, shimmers, browns, mattes, all mixed together. So since we're doing neutral tones and not colorful tones, that's why I just prepped my face before. But I do not suggest you to prep your face before if you're planning on doing like colorful eyeshadow tones, because then you're gonna stain your face and we don't want that. So now I'm gonna go with my Urban Decay foundation. This is a full coverage, and I'm just adding a little bit because I'm also gonna add my matte poreless by Fit Me foundation. And this one is medium coverage. I'm gonna add this with a beauty blender, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything with a brush, doing like circular motions, just like that. And then just make sure the foundations blend together. I didn't add a lot of full coverage foundation because I don't want to look so cakey, so I just like to mix these two together. I figured out mixing these two make a really nice setting for the face. So just like that, just make sure there's no harsh lines and that everything looks nice and neat. So take your time. If you want good results, take your time for better results. So just like that. Once you feel that you get the best results and that you're satisfied with your blending results for your foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the beauty blender. This is like a eye bag beauty blender, just like that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pat a little bit here. just like that, to remove all the harsh lines just in case there's any. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go with my Fit Me powder, and for some reason I like to use a sponge that comes in it, but most likely I see everybody using like brushes, so it's okay if you want to use a brush, but I just like personally use this sponge. And I'm just gonna set everything, like all the foundation and all the concealer all over my face, just like that, to make sure it's nice and smooth. And here I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some bronze to contour all my face. So I'm just continue to blend till I get the best results of my bronze. And I'm gonna start contouring my nose with the bronze, same tone. And I like to add some of this bronze like in my chin, also in the bottom of my face. And I like to add some also in my forehead. I feel like it gives a good color, like I don't look so pale with the foundation, because you know how the foundation makes you look like a ghost, but once you add this it makes you look better. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bake using a beauty blender and the Airspun Translucent powder, and I'm just adding this like in the eye bags and by the nose, just to do like a little line by the nose, for like so the contouring can pop out and look nicer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue baking on my eye bags, and I'm probably gonna leave this like while I do my eyeshadow, so just like that. And I like to add some of this powder like on top in my forehead, and then I also like to do like a little line in the bottom of my bronze where we did the contouring on our cheeks, and then just a little bit like by the middle of the nose, because that's where our highlighter is gonna go, and we want it to pop out, we want to glow. So yeah, so just keep adding powder till you get the best results, and that way we're gonna leave it there just baking while we continue doing our eyeshadow. I'm gonna pick up this creamy shade called Rolling in Dog with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on top of my crease, like in the bottom of my eyebrows, just like that, and just continue to blend it to set that up. So now I'm just picking up my concealer brush just to pat this a little bit over my eyelids to remove the harsh lines, so when I apply my eyeshadow it could look nicer and more smooth. Here I'm just picking up the Cocoa Truffle tone, and it's like a cocoa shade. I am using a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna be applying this as a transition tone, and I'm just gonna continue blending in the area of the crease. So just like that. Using the same brush, I'm applying the So Bougie tone, and this is also like a transition. I'm gonna be mixing these colors together just like that, and then I'm gonna go back to the Rolling in Dough creamy shade, and I'm gonna be applying it on the bottom of my eyebrow because I don't want to lose the shade right there, and I just want to make sure that everything looks nice and blend. So now I'm gonna start using my finger, and I'm gonna pick up the tone Classy and Sassy, and this shade right here is like a brownish shimmery tone with some gold in it, and I love this tone. I love this palette, it smells so good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it all over my eyelid, and then I'm just gonna set it up with some setting spray so I can go ahead and apply this Love and Cocoa shade like in the edge of it, and it could stick better to it. I feel when I do this the colors stick better to it, and you could see the colors more pigmented. So I love it because the shimmers, it's really hard to find palettes that the shimmers are pigmented, but this one right here works pretty well. So now here I am just applying that same shade in the bottom of my waterline just to give it some smoke, and this right here will make the colors look more nice and neutral. So now I'm just picking up again the creamy shade, which was the Rolling in Dough, and I'm just gonna apply it on top of this brown neutral tones just to give it better blending. So I just want to make sure it looks smoky but nice and blended. Now I'm picking up Rich Girl with my finger, and I will be applying this shade in the inner corner of my eyes. I feel like these shades always give light to the looks. So here I'm picking up the shade Holla for $1. This shade is like a chocolate brown shimmery tone, and I'm just going to be using a flat brush to apply it at the edge of my eye to give it like an extra nice and brown smoky, instead of just, you know, we always go with the black smoky ones, but this time it will be like a brown smoky. Now I'm just removing all the baking powder that I applied before doing my eyeshadow, and I'm using a big brush. You could use any big brush that you have. I'm just gonna continue to blend till my skin looks nice and smooth, or till I get the results that I want to get. So here I'm just using this Luxie brush to remove any powder that might have felt from the baking powder. And I'm just gonna go with my mascara. I'm using the Roller Lash by Benefit, and I'm just gonna start brushing my lashes from the top to the bottom. And I'm just applying like one coat, so one coat using for both top and bottom part of my lashes, and then another coat in my bottom lashes. And I'm just going to continue to brush them like that. If you're not applying any falsies, you could just apply a second coat, but I will be applying falsies, so I'm just going to continue to leave it like this with just one coat on top and one coat on bottom. So here I'm applying my falsies, and I'm using the duo glue that I always use, and I'm just applying like glue at the line of my falsies, and I'm just waiting for it to dry. Once your glue is almost completely dried, after like a few minutes that you feel like it's dry, then that's when I apply my lashes, because other than that you will get like all the glue all over the place. And then here is both of my lashes already applied, so I already cleaned my lips and underlined them with a lip liner. And now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some jelly highlighter with my concealer brush at the top of my bronze. Once I apply the highlighter in my cheekbones on top of my bronzer, I like to apply some in the tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, bridge of my lips. I also like to apply some in my chin and on top of my eyebrows to give it an extra glow. So now I'm going to be applying my lipstick, and I'm going to be using this one by Becca in the shade Dune. This is like a neutral shade, and it's my first time trying it, so I'm unpacking it. It looks like this, and this is a creamy lipstick. So if you do not like the creamy shades and you only like the matte ones, I do not recommend this product. But I love creamy ones, and especially by Becca. They're one of my favorites, MAC and Becca. And honestly, I love creamy lipsticks, especially for like the cold, for winter time, just because on winter time my lips get really chapped. So I feel like the creamy lipsticks help more to have them like nice and moisturized more than the matte ones. So it looks like this. And now I'm just applying any powder highlighter. This is just to set up like the highlighter that I applied, the jelly one, just to set it up with a powder. So I'm just applying it everywhere that I had applied the jelly one. So here I'm just going back to my Morphe eyebrow liner, and I'm going to shade in that area that looks like empty. And I'm going to use the spoolie on the other side to remove the powder from all that setting powder that I applied, because I do my eyebrows like before doing anything. And then I'm just shading in that area that I missed. And finally, I will be applying my setting spray to make sure my makeup lasts all day. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.